Hey, what's going on, everybody? 757 Sirs back with another 1/400 scale model unboxing, and this time we have the NG models, Korean Air Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner. Just picked this up from Wildcat Diecast. Really good pickup here. Got it for a pretty good deal with their Black Friday savings. I forgot the original price for it, but wound up picking it up for only 45 bucks. So I really can't complain at all for a 787-10 from NG for only 45. This is obviously in the new livery, which this livery has definitely grown on me. I know a lot of people still kind of despise this livery. I can definitely still say I do like the older one better, but this one really is actually nice looking in my opinion. I can definitely see how people think it's a little bit bland just because of kind of like the three colors. You got the white, the kind of like the, I guess like the lighter blue, then the darker blue. The Pepsi logo is now gone with Korean Air, but I still think it's actually really nice looking. I've yet to see the new livery in person. I've seen two of the older livery 777 200 freighters here in Minneapolis since they got diverted a couple times from Chicago due to some summer storms. But yeah, still looking to eventually see that new Korean Air livery. Hopefully Chicago sends us another one, another diversion due to some storms. But you probably won't see anything like that happen until the summertime. But let's quickly go over the box here. It's your normal NG models box, you know, cool different details on here. But up top you got Korean Air Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner, 2D image of the aircraft. You have your registration, 1/400 scale, and all of your information on the sides here. It's your typical, again, NG box. I know NG made two different versions of this. This is the regular version, and then there's the NG Lite version. I think that's pretty, I want to say pretty cheap. I think it was only like 35 bucks for the NG Lite one. And really the only difference is it's just no antennas. There's not as much detail in there. And I was really actually considering buying that for like 35 bucks. But I thought, you know what, let's just go ahead and just get the real one, the fully detailed one. So let's go ahead and unbox the aircraft here. Your normal clear tray. The card is also in there, and it does also come with a warning. Now, it does not palm your aircraft because of the antennas. So, again, normal normal NG box here. And here it is out of the box. So we'll get everything cleaned up here and we'll get some close-ups for you all. All right, so we got everything cleared up here. Let's go ahead and remove the box out of the way. Let's go ahead and bring the plane up here so we can get some up-close details for you all. All right, so up the front, you get your classic 787 nose here. You have your 4 flight deck windows. You have your SkyTeam logo, your forward boarding door, and you also have your aft. Well, I should say L1 boarding door, and then you also have your L2 boarding door. The new Korean billboard titles. Ship number 515 right there. Your classic 787 engines with the chevrons on the back with that new Korean Air logo. Look into the engines here as well. You do have your landing lights right there. And then you also have your ram air inlet right there as well. Wi-Fi dish at the top. Then you have your your Dreamliner, and then 787-10, and then the registration, Hotel Lima 8515, and then you have that South Korean tail right there. And then again, you have your nice looking Korean Air tail. Again, it's definitely the same as the old livery as the design. It's just slightly modified, and obviously just one single dark blue. Again, really grew on me, but obviously you can't ever go wrong with that old one. That old one was always looked nice. So we'll give a nose on view here. And everything looking really nice right there. Flip it to the other side. Forward cargo bin door. Aft cargo bin door back there. And then on the other side, what I did forget, you have your bulk bin door right there. You have your Korean Air titles right on the bottom. You have your your RAT right there. Registration once again, APU hatch in the back there. And then you also have your nose gear door and an E&E bay right up at the top up there. So really nice looking aircraft. The 787-10 is in my opinion, such a cool looking aircraft, just because of just how long it is. I kind of always like the not normal aircraft. I guess that makes any sense. I've always been like a fan of like the 787-8 and the 787-10. I don't know, just something different about those two. And it's kind of like the same thing with the 767. I've always loved the 200 because I just love the smaller versions, and I always love the stretched ones. Not saying I hate the 787-9, but it's just too common in my opinion. But when you see something like this is really always cool. Especially because here in Minneapolis we get the KLM 787-9 regularly. And then every once in a while we'll get the -10. It's like, oh, well, definitely go try to see that, just because it's just something different. But yeah, this is going to look really nice at the Hawaii airport that eventually will be built. Because again, Korean Air sends the 787-10. I was really debating on getting the 747-8. They used to send it regularly there, but they've switched it to obviously the 787. And I know recently they had a couple of days where they sent the 748. But I'm not trying to go one for one with Honolulu, but trying to really mock it off of it. So I was thinking, you know what, let's at least get a Korean Air and maybe get the -10. Oh, I'm sorry, the 748. But I'm like, you know what? I don't know how much longer those 747-8s are going to be around. I'm assuming they're going to be around for a while. But I think there's going to be more longevity with the 787-10. And again, I think I want the right choice just because this thing is phenomenal looking. So as always, let's go over some information about Korean Air. They have hubs in Seoul, Gimpo, and Seoul, Incheon, where Seoul, Incheon is what, again, the majority of their flights are out of, especially their long haul. And then they have focus cities in Busan and I believe it's pronounced Jeju. I believe that's what's pronounced. But we want to know a little bit more about their 787-10s. They currently have 11 of them in the fleet, with a total of 54 of them more on order. They do see a little bit more higher density. They have a total of 36 business class seats, and the rest of the cabin is 289 economy for a total of 325, which it makes kind of sense for the routes. Again, you see these going, a lot of them do a lot of inter-Asia routes and the Hawaii routes, just because again there's a high volume of passengers that do go in there and not a lot of premium. Because whereas if we just go over the 747-8s, there's 6 first class seats, 48 in business, and 314 in economy for 368. So it's still kind of a little bit more higher density 7.4, but it definitely makes sense to see these 787s on there, because again it's really only about 43 seats less. So but yeah, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this one. It's, again, I highly recommend this one. It's such a really nice aircraft. If you like the new Korean Air livery, this is perfect for you. If you don't like it, you may not want to get this one, because I know there's quite a few Korean Airs in the old livery still available in places. But again, I think this looks great. The livery really grew on me. So yeah, stay tuned for some more videos coming out soon. Got some more models coming and all that. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.